What's going
Hi,
on, brother?
David. Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
I am Phil. I am very Phil. Uh, Hi, David. I am really happy to see you. It's a true honor for me to take this interview with you. You, a two-time regional Dallas Golden Gloves champion and the 2025 Texas Golden Gloves champion. Your journey, discipline, and mindset inspire a lot of young boxers. Thank you for your time and welcome to the interview on Boxing on Sundays channel, my YouTube channel. And first questions. How did you first get into boxing?
Um, I started when I was about 10, 11 years old. Not in the boxing gym, but my older brother, he used to box, and he would come home and teach me a little bit of what I was doing. I would go with my cousins and stuff and fight them and stuff like that. So, and then once I turned 15, I decided I want to join boxing like officially. So I went into the gym, and then that's where I'll be in.
Yeah. How old were you when you had your first fight?
I believe I was 16 or 17 years old. Yes, sir.
Oh, 16.
Yeah.
Uh, what made you fall in love with boxing?
I think just the way that you could like it seems kind of like simple in my opinion, like, if you work hard, you're gonna get what you want, and that's kind of like what kind of inspired me to, keep on doing this because I'm not really like, like not I mean, I wouldn't say dumb person and whatnot, but like I'm not a person that likes to sit down and like, just sit down and listen to stuff, but I'm more of a like I want to work with my hands and do stuff like that, and more of a physical person. So this just I don't know. This kind of fitted into my personality. I feel like.
Alexander Usyk also started boxing at the age of 16.
Oh, they swear. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Who was your first coach?
Coach RG, Argena Santos. He's the son of my coach now.
Oh. Uh, what do you think about him?
About my first coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good person. He is a good person, and he's very involved in the gym. And yeah, he taught me, a lot. And yeah, I took a lot away from him. And yeah, good guy.
What do you remember most about your first win?
I just remember being very nervous, and I mean, my first fight, I didn't really throw a lot of punches, so it's kind of more like, uh, just like I thought I was like going there to knock him out, but amateurs is very different. It's not about that. So that's where I started progressing and learning that it's really about points. And yeah, it was the best feeling ever, winning.
Well done.
Thank.
Who was your boxing idol when you started?
Uh, I like the Roberto Duran a lot. I think that was my idol at that time. I started.
Roberto Duran,
Yeah,
GOAT.
yeah.
Yeah. And now your boxing idol.
I think right now it's between probably Inoue.
Oh,
Uh, I like Bam Rodriguez and Terrence Crawford, also very good. Yeah, say those three.
I wanna talk about Roberto Duran. Roberto Carlos Duran is a Panamanian former professional boxer. He held world championship in four weight classes: lightweight, welterweight, light middleweight, and middleweight. Duran also reigned as the undisputed and lineal lightweight champion and the lineal welterweight champion. Roberto Duran, the GOAT for you.
Sorry.
Roberto Duran, greatest of all time.
Oh yeah, one of them. Yeah,
Your favorite fight,
from just
Robert,
or
Roberto Duran.
when he beat Sugar Ray Leonard the first time.
Oh,
That was a very good fight.
yeah. This is a legendary fight.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How important is discipline in your daily life?
Oh, it's very important. I feel like without discipline, I mean, I wouldn't be where I am today, or I don't think I would be a very good example if I didn't have discipline, for sure.
Oh. What does a typical training day look like for you?
I wake up 7 a.m. Then I mean, right. I sometimes I eat like something small for breakfast just to fuel my day. But anyways, after that, I go to the gym from like 8 or 9 to like 11, and then go back home, eat, do all this stuff, um, my normal day, and then I go back to the gym around 3 or 4, depending on how much I gotta lose, and I stay there. But yeah, three to four to till like 7:30 or 8. That's what it looks like.
David, are you at the training camp now? Tell me about the tournament you are preparing for.
I'm actually fighting tomorrow at regional Golden Gloves again, and then next week I have internationals in Colorado. So that I'm right now I'm in the final weight cut. So tomorrow I fight, and yeah, after that I still have to be. Nah, I can't eat too crazy because I got to fight in Colorado next week.
Good luck.
Thank
Good
you,
luck, friend. I
thank
wish you victory.
thank
Take it all out. Victory is yours.
thank you.
How do you stay motivated during hard times?
Uh, I don't know. I don't really use well. I wouldn't really use motivation. I think it's just more of discipline. This kind of the path I chose, and this is something I just gotta do. I mean, I uh I started it and I have to finish it. So if I they sign me up for a fight, that's something that's like my job. I have to make that weight, and I have to do my job, do my best. Because if I don't do my best, then like what's the point of even doing it? You know? Yeah.
What is harder, physical or mental preparation?
That's a good question right there. Sometimes sometimes it's physical, but a lot of it I think it's more mental because the mental part of it lasts longer when you're in that weight cut and you're thinking like, man, like you be seeing all these videos of people eating and stuff, like you be seeing all this food, like you can't even eat. And then like you would finish the workout, you're drained, you're tired, and then you're like, oh man, like I gotta go back to the gym again. I still have to cut this weight. I still haven't even made the weight yet. And so yeah, it's very mental, like being tired and you still gotta go to the gym. Like that's something that's something I go through every day. So yeah, I think it's mental, yeah, for sure.
Boxing is hard work. Hard work. What sacrifices did boxing require from you?
Um, a lot of it is time wise. I don't really have time to do a lot of things. I can't really. I've tried working and boxing at the same time, and it really doesn't work out. The schedule doesn't work out. I mean, it does work out, but it doesn't. allow me to put my best into boxing, and then that ends up in me what not underperforming, not doing good. So yeah, it's takes a lot of time, a lot of sacrifice. Uh, yeah, it's not for everybody for sure.
You mentioned Naoya Inoue. Naoya Inoue is a Japanese professional boxer. He has held multiple world championships in four weight classes and is one of only three male boxers in history to become the undisputed champion in two weight classes in the four belt era, and Terence Crawford and Alexander Usyk. Nicknamed the Monster, Inoue is known for his exceptional punching power. Who do you want to see his fight with?
I want to see him fight. I think there's rumors that he's gonna fight Junto, and there's also rumors that it's never gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen that to fight Bam, but Bam is like way lighter, and I think he's a little too big for him. But those two, those were like if it was like if they were both at their physical best and good at that weight class, I feel like it would be an amazing fight if Bam and Inoue fought. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen.
I want to see his fight with Gervonta Davis, but it's unreal.
Yeah, yeah.
How many amateurs fight do you have so far?
Uh, 38, 38 fights.
38. Whoa.
Yes, sir.
Uh, yeah. What was the most emotional amateur fight in your career? Most emotional.
Emotional. I'd probably say, mm, probably the first time that I fought at national tournament and I lost the first fight. I was man, that hit me very hard because I thought I was ready for that level, and I guess like I was, but like to me, like once I lost, like man, like this is crazy. But that guy I lost to ended up winning like a lot of those fights. He was very good. But I lost like that was my first time ever going to nationals, and I lost a split decision against him, and I just felt horrible. I started crying and everything. I ain't gonna lie, I started crying, and yeah, it was just very emotional. But at the end of the day, I started watching those videos, like, dang, like man, I am at that level, and I just this is my first national. Imagine if I keep coming and keep coming, I'm gonna keep getting better, and I'm gonna actually win, and that's what ended up happening.
We love boxing for emotions.
Yeah.
Do you want to win the Olympics? Whether aimed at a pro boxing?
Yeah, I feel like I would like to go to the Olympics. That's something that I think is just I don't know. I just feel like that's a big legacy. That will create a very big legacy. And I'm a lot for legacy, but I'm also a lot about money. I like money. So it's so whatever God wants, like it's not my plan. Whatever happens, happens. So I think.
I know a lot of cool amateurs. Felix Savon, Vasily Lomachenko, uh, and many. Bahadur Jalolov. Who do you think is the greatest amateur in history?
Lomachenko for sure. I think Lomachenko was the best one for sure.
Two,
Yeah.
two Olympians gold medal.
Go.
Так. What was the most... Oh, sorry. How did the Golden Gloves tournaments change you as a boxer?
Oh, I think that's the Golden Glove started like once I won Dallas and state. I kind of started getting more recognized like locally, and maybe not just because I won Golden Gloves, because I started posting more and stuff. But I feel like that kind of got my name more out there and started like people started noticing who I was and at what level I am.
You grew up in skill.
Yeah, yeah,
Tell
for
me,
sure.
tell me about your skill, your style.
Uh-huh. Well, I think I'm very versatile. I think I change a lot and I change as the fight goes, depending on what happens. I could put a lot of pressure or I could sit back and with counter and stuff. But I like to fight if it goes down, I'm ready. I'm not always just gonna back down. I'm not always just gonna go back. So I think I'm sometimes I'm stubborn. Like I like to fight. So if if it's like the other guys fight, sometimes I like to if I feel like I could beat him, I'm gonna be in there in his fight and try to beat him.
Whose style do you like now from the stars?
Like Bam, Bam,
Oh, Bam.
yeah, I like Bam for sure. He has Lomachenko's type of style, but he incorporated his own style as well. So I like Bam for sure.
Oh, Lomachenko is retired.
Yeah.
Um, how do you deal with bad decision from judges?
Uh, I take it as it's what God wants. If it's what the judges think, oh well. There's nothing you can do about it. I mean, yeah, what can you do about it? It's the judge's decision. Is one, but if not, okay, it's all right. Just study the fight, and I mean, loss is not a loss. It's a lesson. You know what I'm saying? So just pick up what you can and get better. That's it.
Bad decision from judges, part of the boxing.
Yeah.
Did Lomachenko Salido watch the fight?
Oh, the Manchenko Slido, yeah, that was crazy, man. The low blows and stuff, that was man.
Low blow.
Yeah, that got me mad. I was like, man, what's going on? But it is what it is. It happens.
Who won in your opinion?
Lomachenko, 100% Lomachenko won.
Um, referee. Referee is stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and how important is recovery between tournament fights?
Oh, very, very important. I actually just started learning this like recently. Cause I would just go back to back and I'd be like, man, like recovery, like I don't need days off. Like days off is just like that's a myth. But I started, after time, like you start feeling your body starts feeling it. So yeah, recovery is very important. Recovery is just as important as the training, for sure.
Uh, What what weight class feels most natural for you in amateurs?
I fight at 132, so I would say 132 for sure. I feel like that's my weight.
Oh. Uh, and uh, and what's the biggest lesson amateur boxing taught you?
Mm, the biggest lesson amateur boxing has taught me, I feel like you can't underestimate nobody because sometimes you fight people with like less experience and they could be completely beginners or whatnot, but they have the weirdest styles and like let's say they have like 1 year experience and you have like five, like sometimes they can still surprise you. Like anybody can surprise you, so you gotta just adjust to everything, learn to adjust to everything. You can't just have one style and expect to win every fight because that's never gonna work.
You are very interesting boxer. It is very interesting to listen to you. Did you have problems with weight driving?
With weight driving,
Weight.
oh weight cutting, okay, yeah. Well, yeah, here I have a lot of problems with cooking sometimes. I like to eat a lot, so it is what it is. Just I started to learn that you just gotta be more disciplined. But when you're not fighting, you either way, you still gotta, watch what you're eating and not go too heavy. So yeah, it's been a problem for sure in the past. Yeah.
Did you starve?
Oh yeah, I'm starving right now. Yeah, it's part of it. It is what it is.
Oh, it's better not to bring it to this.
Yeah.
Так. Oh, mentality. How different is amateur boxing from professional boxing mentally?
Mentally, I feel like I think it's part of the weight cutting as well. I wouldn't say it's no, actually, yeah. I think amateur sometimes for amateurs it's a little harder just because you have tournaments and you have to fight every like day one day and then the next day and then the next day. I feel like that's harder to cut, but also I feel like pro fighters they like to gain a lot of weight and they have to cut like so much, so it's kind of equal, but at the same time it's kind of different just because for amateur boxing you gotta weigh in, fight, weigh in again, fight, weigh in again, and then it's just repeatedly, and you fight more days. So yeah, I feel like amateurs they just sometimes they have a little bit tougher, but I don't know. It's that's just my opinion.
The United States is the mecca of boxing, the greatest country in history. It's great, great history, great opportunities, American dream. What do you prefer, international tournament or national ones?
Uh, Internationals for sure. You get to see different styles because different countries have different styles. I fought Australia. Um, I won against Australia, but that was a very tough fight because I had to adjust. I've never seen that type of style that he had, and that kind of just opened my eyes to like there's not just the American style. There's so many more styles, and I've just like opened like bare like 1% of the styles, so I still have a lot to learn.
What do you like about the USA? And what are your favorite places?
Uh, I would probably say I like Wingstop, like chicken wings. Yeah, so I would say Wingstop. That's probably my favorite place.
Oh, the United States of America. This is American dream. Very, very important places, very important people. This is great. United States of America. Do you want boxing in USA? All in others countries?
Um, it doesn't really matter. I mean, whatever. I mean, if they told me that, go fight in another country, man, I'm happy, man. I would love to go to another country. I've never gone outside the US, but I like to, travel too. So yeah, I think it would be cool to have boxing in other countries for sure. We're, yeah, we're not the only ones that like boxing, right? You like boxing too.
You want to box in Saudi Arabia near Turkey
Ooh.
Al Sheikh?
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. Yeah.
How do you prepare mentally before stepping into the ring?
Uh, I like to pray to God and just pray to Him that whatever happens, the only thing I wish for Him to instill in me is just to allow me to perform at my best because I feel like at my best I can't lose. But if that's not His plan, then I'm okay with it. I just want Him to let me accept it and whatever happens to for everybody to be safe and everybody to be okay and everybody to be happy. That's it.
Yeah. Yes. Uh, what role does your corner play during amateur fights?
Oh, big role. I see one thing, but my corner can see another thing. So, what they tell me is very important. What they want me to throw could be different to what I'm seeing, and it could work. So, it's just another point of view. Like you got to listen to your coaches because they're looking at something else maybe that you're not seeing. So yeah, they're very important.
Have you ever boxed injured in amateurs?
Oh yeah, I fought sick a lot of times, but I've learned that you just got to push through. It might not go your way. It might go your way, and at the end of the day, it's just a story that you can tell. I mean, your kids like just because something's going wrong with you doesn't mean you can't do it. Because I mean, I've proved that I can. Even if you're sick, even if you're injured, whatever, you can still do it. Sometimes it's not smart, but I feel like it just shows your character. I feel like
Lomachenko lost to Lopez injured.
yeah.
What what country's amateurs boxer impress you the most?
The Ukrainian ones, man, they know what they're doing. They have a very, very, very good fundamentals, very good angles. And Usyk, Lomachenko, like they took over. Like when it was their time, they were taking over. Usyk is still taking over. I haven't seen a fight where he just looks bad. Like he's just been taking over the whole game. So yeah, Ukraine for sure.
Usyk is one of the greatest boxers of all time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
By the way, after the end of the war in Ukraine, come to us to box. We have a lot of tournaments.
Yeah, that would be cool, man. I wish I can. Hopefully.
Так. How did winning Texas Golden Gloves affect your confidence?
uh, I mean, not much. I just felt like it was just another tournament, and I was just excited to fight in the nationals because I've heard a lot about it that you get to meet new people and you get to stay yeah, just meet a lot of people, and it was very cool because I felt like I was part of another team, the Texas team, and it was just a very cool experience, and I liked it.
What do you still want to improve in your amateur style?
Oh, everything, man.
Everything.
I have to learn a lot of stuff. I'm not the best yet. I'm not the best version of myself yet, so there's a lot I gotta learn, and I'm not gonna stop learning. Never.
Are you more of a technician or a security officer?
I think I'm more of a technician for sure. It's 'cause
Technician.
I don't really. Sometimes it's kind of weird, but I kind of sometimes like to get hit. I just like I like to feel the feeling of getting hit. It just pumps my blood up, I guess. So yeah, I guess I'll call myself a technician.
Oh, now, do you like fighting, brawling?
Yeah, low key I do. I like brawling, but I like also like it's just beautiful. Boxing is beautiful. So like when you hit and don't get hit, it's beautiful. So it goes both ways, you know.
Uh, go ahead and fighting.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, do you study your amateurs fights on video?
yeah. Oh yeah. And it's not just looking at what I did good. I like to look at what I did bad and what I can improve on. And then I feel like that's what helps me the most for sure.
What advice would you give to a young amateur boxer, young child?
Yeah. I would tell them, you're gonna take a lot of losses, but I mean, the losses help more than the wins. You learn way more from your losses than you do from your wins. Your wins are just it's just pleasure. I feel like wins are just pleasure. Losses is what really helps you become to the person that you want to be. So I would say learn from your losses for sure.
Um, tell me about what was your longest amateur tournament run?
My longest one was last year in Colorado. I feel like yeah, last year in Colorado. I won twice and lost one fight, and that's when I got sick. I was sick that fight, but yeah, it was probably the longest one of the hardest tournaments for sure. The day before I lost, I fought Australia, which
Oh,
was that was a very hard fight. A very hard fight, and I just had to wake up. I woke up very sick, and I just had to thug it out and do my best, and I did my best. It was a very good fight, close fight, but I lost, and it's okay. You just learn from it, and that's okay.
the American public is brutal. They love blood, fight, spectacle. Do you want this, or do you prefer to fight technically without a spectacle?
Nah,
No.
I think I like when the people like what they're watching. I feel like uh, I'm more of a I wouldn't say entertainer, but I like to give a show, and I just like to make people happy. So yeah, I would say I'm more of for sure like a bloodthirsty guy, you know.
Uh, your favorite fight is where there was a lot of blood. My favorite fight is Lennox Lewis versus Vitaly Klitschko.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Are your favorite fights is where there was a lot of blood?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh. Do you feel more pressure in finals or early rounds?
I feel like I feel more pressure when it's the first fight actually. Finals is kind of like like I already did the work. I already got here. It's just last fight. I feel less pressure for sure. The first fight is like oh man, like it's the start of it. Like if I lose, like brother, like it's like I don't even belong here. So for sure, the first fight is probably the hardest one. Yeah, I think a lot of people could say that.
How do you adjust your strategy during short amateurs rounds?
I like to first obviously do my jab and see how they react to my jab and just always try to if he lands one, I try to land three. So just try to land as many punches as I possibly can and try not to get hit as much as I'm hitting him.
Floyd Mayweather is one of the greatest American pro boxer. He retired with an undefeated record and won 15 major world championships spanning five weight classes, from super featherweight to light middleweight. This includes the Ring Magazine title in three weight classes. As an amateur, he won a bronze medal in the featherweight division at the 1996 Olympics, three USA Golden Gloves Championship at light flyweight, flyweight, and featherweight, and the USA National Championship at featherweight. After retiring from professional boxing in August 2017, he transitioned to exhibition boxing. What do you think about Floyd Mayweather?
I think he's one of the best technical fighters for sure. He's very smart and yeah, I think if you don't study Floyd Mayweather, then what are you doing in boxing? Because you need to study Mayweather. He's very smart for sure. So he's one. Yeah, I do think he's one of the greatest boxers of all time.
Uh, are you taking something from Floyd?
Yeah, getting hit and not getting hit. I mean, hitting and not getting hit. And there's a lot of stuff you can take from Mayweather. His mentality and his technique, everything. Take a lot of stuff from him for sure.
Philadelphia Shell.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh. What was the biggest comeback you had in amateurs?
Um,
Comeback.
the best comeback. Yeah, I would say probably that fight against the Australian for sure. I feel like if I didn't win that last round, I was gonna lose the fight because it was a split decision, and then I got a point taken away because apparently I was putting my head down a lot, and I ended up winning because I pushed through that last round, and I worked him for sure. So yeah, I would say that fight for sure.
How important is footwork in amateur boxing?
Oh, very important because you gotta jump in and get out. So that's kind of how it works. So you can hit and not get hit. How fast you do it is very important. So yeah, footwork is very important.
The Soviet boxing school is famous for the footwork.
Yeah.
Bivol, Lomachenko, Usyk. This is Soviet school.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Soviet boxing school?
Yeah, it's probably one of the best styles out there for amateurs for sure. And obviously for pros it works as well. So yeah, Soviet boxing is something a lot of people should study. Everybody should study if you're, trying to get better as a boxer. And yeah, it's something everybody should study because it's very important to not get hit and hitting. So yeah, Soviet style is very important.
Everyone heard about the Soviet boxing school after the fight between Bivol Canelo. What do you think about that fight?
Yeah, I feel like that kind of showed, you know, that Canelo is very good, but he's not really all that obviously because he can adjust, but I guess there's a level to that he can adjust, and he didn't really in that fight. I really saw that he didn't know how to adjust to that style. So he's very smart, but he wasn't smart enough in that fight, and I feel like Bivol just showed that IQ that he has and that he's way more levels above Canelo. So yeah, that's what I think.
Uh, Canelo climbed into the wrong weight. I had to stay in the super middleweight. Bivol is big and technical.
Yeah.
Do you prefer boxing from distance or fighting inside?
I like fighting inside, but that's my style is like kind of is more mid range, but I could switch it up. I could do both. I could do all three because it's long range, mid range, and then close range. But I do like close range, but I just do whatever benefits me. I try to do whatever benefits me. So yeah, I do like close range though.
Do you have Mexican or American style?
But I think it's a mixture of both. I don't think it's
Combo.
yeah. I think I combined it, so I would say both.
Yeah. Um, how do you handle back-to-back fights in tournaments?
Uh, yeah, it's just the weight cutting. I try to when I know I'm gonna fight the next day. I try to just fuel my body enough and not over fuel it because if you're gonna fight the next day, you're gonna have to cut that weight later on. So it's more about just kind of hydrating. The most important part is hydrating, so you can just sweat it out that same night. So when you fight and then you lose the weight again, then wake up and weigh in. So that's how it works.
It's hard to get to the top, and it's even harder to stay there. You are a multiple champion. What is harder, winning your first title or defending it?
Probably defending it because everybody's just coming for you, so you know they hear about you, so they want to fight you, or yeah, so they want to fight you, and once you keep winning, it kind of builds an aura on you where people don't want to fight you. So yeah, I feel like probably defending is probably the hardest.
Uh, there is such a moment that you can underestimate the opponent. A very interesting moment. How do you deal with unfamiliar opponents in amateurs?
Um, just be like Bruce Lee, like just be like water. Learn to adjust, and whatever he brings to the table, you should um maybe not be prepared, but be ready to try a lot of new things. Sometimes you can't just do the same thing, so try. You gotta have a plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. You gotta have a lot of ways you can fight. So yeah, that's what I would say. Don't just have one style, have many styles.
Uh, the the recording plan should be. Do you prefer fighting at home or away tournaments?
I personally like away tournaments just because I like to travel. I like to go different places, and I spend time with my team. So I like my team and spending time with them. Spending time in another city or state, man, that's pretty cool. And I don't get to travel a lot, so that's I don't know, that's cool. For me, that's cool. I like it.
It's very important to take all the rounds. You usually take the first round. And how important is the first round in amateur boxing?
The first round's probably the most important one because I feel like there's a statistic that says that the one who wins the first round is 80% of the time is gonna win the whole fight. So I feel like judges look at who wins the first round and then kind of decide, kind of favor that guy, on the later rounds. So the first round is probably one of the most important. You gotta dominate the first round for sure.
It's just that there are 12 rounds in the pro. It's okay if you lose the first round.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, what amateur rule do you like the most?
Um,
In your opinion.
I don't really know. I don't just cool with everything, whatever.
Everyone likes it.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, how uh, how do headgear and gloves affect your boxing style?
Um, the headgear I use is a Sting one, so it doesn't really affect my vision or anything. I feel like it's good, man. I don't really have no complaints. I feel like maybe I got used to it. Maybe that's the thing, but yeah, I don't think it caused any problems. So I'm fine with it. Just the gloves, they're very padded. That's the only thing. That's probably the only complaint I have. Very padded, so it's like you're punching with pillows. So yeah.
Uh, have you ever lost a fight you thought you won?
Yeah, yeah. There's been a couple. Um, yeah, and back to what I said, it is what it is. You can't do anything about it. It's what the judges think. You could argue all you want, but you lost that fight, and it's okay. Just learn from what you did, learn from what you could have done better, and keep moving forward. There's nothing you can do about it.
In your opinion, the biggest losses in the history of boxing?
The biggest losses,
Yeah.
there- um,
Robbery.
robberies.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, for sure that Lomachenko fight, yeah, for Salido, that was probably one of the worst ones. I would say, yeah, that one.
Uh, exactly.
Yeah.
Uh, and final Olympics Games, Roy Jones.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was horrible. Yeah,
I am shocked.
yeah.
Uh, what amateur fight taught you the most about yourself?
About myself, just amateur fight in general or my amateur fights.
Yeah.
My amateur fights, I would say, um, probably against when I went to national Golden Gloves. I lost the first fight, and I kind of just learned that you can't. That's when I kind of learned that you got to learn to adjust. You can't just expect to win off one style. So I would say that fight for sure.
What separates elite amateur boxers from the rest?
Elite amateur boxers, I feel like they know how to adjust like more, and they're, I mean, obviously they're more experienced, so they have seen a lot of different styles. So I would say that's what defines them for sure.
When they talk about American boxing, everyone remembers Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, in my opinion, the greatest boxers of all time. He is better than Lennox Lewis, Riddick Bowe, Foreman, Fraser, better than others, better than Usyk, number one. What do you think about Muhammad Ali?
I feel like yeah, he was one of the greatest fighters of all time. Um I mean, he fought in his era. He was the greatest of all time. I feel like in this era, there's so much advanced people that I don't know how he would do in this era, but he had for sure the greatest mentality for sure of all time. I would say that. Yeah, that's what I stand on.
Muhammad Ali. He boxed for 15 rounds. Warrior.
Yeah.
How do you adapt your style for different opponents in amateurs?
Oh yeah, like I said before, just see how they react to the jab and see if their plans to come forward or retreat, try to counter me. So just from my past, learn remember from what happened in my past, learn how I could have done better, and just switch up what I have to switch up every round. And yeah, that's what I would say.
What role does speed play in amateur boxing?
Very, very big role for sure. I think speed beats power in amateur boxing for sure. And because I mean, the more punches you land on your opponent is just kind of what wins you the fight. So I would say speed is a very big factor in amateur boxing.
Uh, more than timing, more important.
Oh, that's a good one. I don't know. Sometimes that I feel like timing could also kind of play a part with power because I mean he could be fast and you could time him, but what if he just keeps coming? So I mean it. I mean it can go both ways. I don't know.
Uh, I am waiting for the fight Bivol Benavides, then Heine Shakur Stevenson, Naoya Inoue, Junta Nakatani. What kind of fight are you waiting for this year among the stars of professional boxing?
um, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen, but probably one of the very big fights that I would like to see is probably Jaron Boots Ennis versus Crawford. I think that would be probably like one of the biggest fights for sure. I feel like Ennis just has to get some more titles, which I know he will, because that he's very talented, and I feel like he's probably one of the best ones right now as well. So, yeah, Crawford.
Crawford retired.
Yeah, but Crawford retired. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's gonna come back though for sure. I think he likes it too much.
Who will win? Bivol Benavides.
I think I think Bivol will win. Yeah,
Oof. I am nervous. I am a fan Bivol.
yeah,
This is fire.
yeah,
Uh, how do you win rounds clearly in amateur scoring?
yeah. Hitting and not getting hit. That's the way to win an amateur fight, and just ring generalship. Just show that you're dominating, and that's how you win for sure.
Do you focus more on volume or accuracy in amateurs?
I uh a little bit of both, but I like to focus a little bit more on volume for sure, just because I feel like now amateur bikes are kind of switching over to more like pressure fighters, and they kind of start favoring more of who's who's pushing the other guy back a little bit more, and who's applying more pressure. I feel like, yeah,
Um, do you like to fall asleep with blows?
yeah, yeah, for sure.
How important is ring IQ at the amateur level?
Very, very important. You gotta know what you like. What's your next step? So sometimes it's just you anticipate punches and that falls into ring IQ. What you think is gonna throw next, and then sometimes you right here you're not even seeing the punch and you roll it without even like it's just instinct. So yeah, ring IQ is very important.
What's your approach to fighting southpaws in amateurs?
Oh yeah, you gotta establish your jab and make sure your jab is beating his jab. So yeah, I think that's the key to southpaws, and for sure foot placement. Try to keep your foot outside, or I mean, Manny Pacquiao used to do it. He used to put his foot inside instead. But I think whoever establishes the jab is the one who's gonna win.
In your opinion, in amateurs, which school is the best in history? American, Cuban, Soviet?
Man, that's hard, bro. I think right now it might be Soviets. It used to be. I think they kind of all like switched, but I think right now it's Soviet, and then back in the day I think it was Cuba for sure. But right now I think it's Soviets.
Uh, uh, the Soviet boxing school is very strong physically.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Physically. How do you manage nerves before big amateur fights? Big fights.
Yeah, I think I offer it all to God. I just pray to Him, and I don't really feel nerves anymore. I think it's just I go out there and do what I do best, and know whatever happens happens. And I think that has helped me so much mentally, before fights because I'm not really putting that weight on myself, just putting that weight on God.
The amateurs are very cool now in the USA, very technical. How do you how do you deal with aggressive pressure fighters in amateur?
Yeah, it's a lot of anticipation of what they're gonna throw, but also a lot of ring generalship and ring IQ. Gotta learn, if they're just coming straight forward, move them out the way with a check hook or something. So yeah, it's very important to change it up. They're just gonna keep coming forward. All right, and then just make sure you're always in a place where you can defend yourself. So yeah, that's very important.
The greatest American amateur ever, in your opinion?
Yeah, sure. I say Lomachenko. Yeah, he was probably the one with the
Uh,
most
uh,
IQ.
uh, American.
Oh, American.
Yes.
I would say either Sugar Ray Leonard or Roy Jones. Yeah, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roy Jones, probably the best ones.
And Muhammad Ali, gold champion.
Oh yeah, yeah, Muhammad Ali too. Yeah.
Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard trained in Angelo Dundee.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool.
What was your most tactical amateur fight? Tactical.
Most tactical was it probably against Thomas Covington. He was number one in the country, and it was very tactical for sure. And then yeah, I had to switch it up. That's probably one of the fights where I showed that I could switch it up, my styles, and I switched the game plan like 5 times. Unfortunately, I didn't get that win, but it was a very close fight, and it was very tactical. Yeah, so I would say yeah that one.
How important is the jab in amateur boxing? Do you like to beat the jab? Jab, jab, jab.
Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, jab's probably one the most important punch because it just sets everything else up. So whoever's winning jab is more than likely gonna win the whole fight. So yeah, jab's very important.
Uh, like like Shakur against Lopez project. By the way, how do you like this fight?
Man, I think I saw it my way, bro. I think a lot of people was giving, even me, I was giving Teofimo the puncher's chance, but in my mind, I mean, the only way I saw Teofimo winning was if he landed one of his big punches, but he didn't, and that's because Shakur, his ring IQ and just how smart he was. I had him winning the fight like since from the start. So yeah, Shakur's, he dominated that fight completely. And it was no chance Teofimo could have won.
Shakur Heini. Who will win? Two chess players in the ring.
I think Shakur. I think Shakur has just shown how intelligent he is, and Devin Haney's also very smart. But I feel like Shakur has just more in his arsenal for sure. So I would give it to Shakur.
Heini Loma. Who really won?
I don't know. That was super close. I would have been happy with the draw. I don't know. But I feel like I was leaning a little bit towards Loma.
Loma.
Yeah.
Yeah. What amateur win are you most proud of?
Um, Probably when I won against the Australian for sure. I feel like that kind of showed that I was worthy to fight against people from other countries and kind of just secured my place as someone who's an elite fighter for sure.
What does what does this victory mean to you?
Uh, just shows that that just my character for sure. That whatever happens, I can adjust to it. So yeah, that's what it showed for sure.
What separates champions in amateur boxing?
I think what separates them is their mentality. They kind of they kind of just envision themselves already going to the finals. That kind of just already kind of secures their win. They're already thinking that they're going to go to the finals. So I think that's what separates them.
We have a war. Therefore, the light is turned off from time to time. Russia is bombing us.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that.
How do you stay sharp during long amateur seasons?
Ooh, just keep going to the gym. Don't miss a day because one day just already ruin you. Obviously, take those rest days, but yeah, just everything plays a part of it. The rest days also play a part in it, and just keep going to the gym, stay consistent, and that'll keep you sharp for sure. Sparring keeps you sharp as well.
And what amateur habit help you win championships?
Amateur habit that's what made me win championships is obviously, if he lands one punch, land three. So I think that's probably what's helped me the most. That it's about points and just keep that in mind for sure.
And final questions. When you look back, what moment defines your amateur career the most?
Probably winning the Texas Golden Gloves is probably one of the ones that for sure defined my amateur career for sure. Yeah.
If you could relive one amateur fight, which one would it be and why?
If it would probably be yeah, probably the second fight of my Texas championship. Just because I feel like everybody thought I was gonna lose, and I ended up winning just because I showed that I can't just fight one style. I could just switch it up, and that's exactly what I did. That's how I won it.
What what part of amateur boxing will you always respect the most?
Just I will always respect people that even after a loss or a win, they always show respect. That's probably the most beautiful part about boxing. That you can go 12 rounds with a guy or 3 rounds or just a word with somebody, and I mean, you feel like you've known them your whole life. So I feel that's probably one of the most beautiful things about boxing.
What legacy do you want to leave in amateur boxing?
I just want to leave, with people knowing that I was just a humble guy and somebody that just show respect to everybody and someone who, just didn't have their head always like that. I'm just somebody that's better than you. I'm just human, bro. I'm human just like you, and I just work very hard for where I'm at right now. And yeah, just as long as you work hard, just you know, something's good gonna happen for you for sure.
Final question. Is this just the beginning of something much bigger for you?
I believe it is. Obviously, I don't know. It's just something that God can know, and I'm okay with that. I just, whatever happens, it's God's plan, and whatever plan I have, it's nothing compared to what God has planned for me. So I'm happy knowing that, and yeah, I would just keep on doing what I'm doing and hope for the best.
David, thank you so much for this interview. I truly appreciate your time, your honesty, and your openness. Your amateur journey, your championships, and your mindset are inspiring, and I am sure a lot of young boxers will learn from your story. I wish you health, discipline, and even greater victories ahead. This is only the beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest today was David Arroyo. David, gold medal of Olympics is your. You are future boxing. You are future.
Thank you. You take care. I'll be praying for you.
Thank you. Goodbye, my friend.
Goodbye.